Ladies, gentlemen, and baseheads of the world, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Go ahead, let's start this thing off.
Big Jeff Audio.
Je ne sais quoi.
Big Jeff Audio.
Je ne sais quoi.
Big Jeff Audio.
Let's do this. Fuck yeah, another Mountain Dew, goddammit. That's nothing but 3 Red Bulls and 3 Mountain Dews. Ready to get down, Judy Brown. You ready? I'm ready. I love that every time. Here we are. We're back. Episode 6. It's crazy. I feel like we've been doing this for a year, and this is only the 6th week. Tonight's a big night. I see everybody already coming in. We had a record night last week. We got a bunch of stuff going on tonight. We have some really cool guests. We got Five Vega, who I reached out to, catching some of his videos on YouTube, and he did a couple of reviews. And man, this guy I see is just embedded in the car audio world. And I got John, Sky High, Sound Cube. We also have Limitless, and we have Trinity Audio Solutions. And I can tell you, we jumped in with Trinity, Sound Cube, then started with the Sky High, and it's been not even having the product that's selling so fast, and that's starting to build back up. So we got some cool things going on tonight. We also have, 15K giveaway announcement. Ben, you want to pull up what we were started on last Sunday? Where's Ben? Ben, can you pull up delayed smoking? You here? You're not here? Okay, he'll pop it up. And then right now, before we even start, I see the counts going up. We're already at 45 plus. Let's go ahead. Make sure you like this. I don't care if you're on Facebook, YouTube. Show some support. Like this. Make sure you're subscribed. There it is. So in honor of Mr. John, we are giving away a full system, 4 of the M8 D2s. And this 3001 is actually a smart amp. So it's going to do 3,000 watts at 1 ohm or 2 ohm. So that was the 15K giveaway. But we've already surpassed 16. We're at 16.4 when I checked. And that's only in the last 10 weeks or so. I mean, we really had a YouTube when I started the company, and it's been exploding nonstop. And I said every 1,000 subscribers, we would do another giveaway. So we keep stepping up. And then we got some giveaways tonight, like you always like. So as soon as we get Mr. Vega up and we get John up, we're going to be giving away, we're doing a 0 gauge amp kit, blue and black. And we're doing, there you go. This is Sky High product, incredible wire. And then we're also giving away a set of tweeters, the TW1Bs from there. So you'll have a chance to win. Remember, we've already raised, which was kind of cool because I didn't really expect people to do it, but on our YouTube videos, we are trying to do donations. This is for breast cancer awareness, but it's young women's. So we already got $85 put in there. So big shout out and thank you for the people doing that. You can do that on every video. You look to the right, you'll see that there, and you can donate. It has nothing to do with us. It goes straight through YouTube, straight to the foundation, and we greatly appreciate it. And if you have something that you want us to put up and try to help charity-wise, send that over to podcast at bigjeffaudio.com, and we will do our best. Same thing. Some of the people coming on the next couple of weeks were people you said you wanted on this show. You already know I don't care if it's competition, brands we sell, don't sell. This is just a podcast, so we actually have a lot of people coming up that you asked for. And if there's somebody you want, make sure you comment tonight or send an email to podcast@bigjeffaudio.com. What else we got? Oh, cool thing. Pull it back up on YouTube. You'll see all our videos. We actually have all the product we sell at the bottom of the YouTube videos, which is kind of cool. So if we're doing a review or unboxing, we will make sure to have those up there so you can just click from there and move on. Okay, let's get right into this. Let's bring on our guest. Can we get him on here?
Hey.
Here we are.
How's
All
it
right. So real quick, Mr. Vega, give us a real quick name, what you do, how long you've been doing it, and then we'll get on John here.
Well, most people know it's your boy Five Vega. I've been doing YouTube about 5 years, and yeah, I'm just a knucklehead enthusiast doing dumb basshead stuff every week.
Hey, it's fun. And John, man, I got to say it again. Sky High Audio, Trinity Audio, Soundcube, and Limitless. I mean, that's man. There's not too many.
We're trying to cover all the bases right there.
Yeah. I mean, you originally started as just Sky High Car Audio, right?
Yep.
And then
I started Sky High from my garage in 2010. So 13 years we've been doing Sky High.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, John, unfortunately, you get kicked back to the green room, but you can watch in. We're gonna do a little video break, bring Mr. Vega back on, and right now you could start to comment the word hi-fi, HIFI. You only need to do it one time. If you do it multiple times, it's not going to matter, and we'll pick out a winner later. John, I'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
And Mr. Vega, let's just do a quick video break, and we'll be right on back.
All right. It's your boy Five Vega back again, and today I've got a little care package from BigJeffAudio.com. He sent over a few t-shirts and a few things to test. As you can see here, I have a monoblock and a little micro 4-channel. A quick walk around. So you see you got the model number here, the TPT 500.4, digital 500 watt RMS 2 ohms. Test will be 4 on mono. I got the timpano over here, got my amp dyno board here. I'll get you a good shot of that. So we'll do the 4 ohm stereo test, the 2 ohm stereo test, and then the 4 ohm mono test. All channels will be driven, so we'll see what the... My final thoughts on the timpano TPT 500.4.
So we're going to be giving away a amp kit, Sky High amp kit. Ben, can you bring that up on the screen real quick? And right now, everybody has a chance to comment the word hi-fi, HIFI. All right, and then we'll go ahead and pick the winner here in a little bit. Man, tell me, how'd you get into car audio? I mean, you said you've been doing YouTube 5 years.
Yeah.
Start me from the beginning. Car audio, period. When did that and how did that happen?
So it started in the 90s for me. I heard a Volkswagen Beetle with 2 Rockford Fosgate 18s. Don't remember the amp, but I was probably 12 years old. So this was like 93, 92-ish. And it just blew me away. But even before I had a car, I knew I wanted car audio.
Right. Just felt it right then. This is cool, the bass. Right.
Everyone that starts in car audio is a bass head. You start as stuff that no one goes in SQ.
When did it actually turn into starting a YouTube channel? I mean, were you installing or working at a shop, or you were just an enthusiast at the time?
Yeah, so I started competing when I could drive. So around 96, 97, I competed till about 2001, 2002 when I had my first kid, and I got out of cardio for a while, jumped back in, and I was just kind of watching actually Derek when he was Old School Stereo, now Wilson Audio Labs. That got me back into it, collecting again, and I became friends with him at a meet. I was doing some forums type review stuff, and he's like, "Man, you guys start making a YouTube channel." So he's the reason why you guys got to put up with me.
100%. And right now, everybody see at the bottom. If you don't know about him, you do now. That's how you get a hold of him. YouTube / at Five Vega. He's got a Facebook. I don't think too much you do on there. Most of it's YouTube and your Instagram, but definitely check him out. So let me ask you this. We actually have Derek coming up, I think, in a couple of weeks, which is real cool, Big D. How did you two actually meet?
So he had his first Old School meet was like in 2014. and it was at Unified Finals. So Mecca, Ayaska, Usaki, and we all met up down there as like a little side project, and we hit it off. He likes BMX, he likes old school car audio, so everything that I like, he loved as well. So we hit it off from there, and just became fast friends after that.
Now, do you guys kind of share some of the secret sauce or pop ideas off each other, or
Yeah, I definitely get more ideas off of him than he does from me. I usually throw out the chaotic type of energy to give him some ideas, but definitely, like Derek has helped me immensely as far as YouTube's gone. Just shouting me out, giving me ideas on what I could do better or what I should do, and he's been a really good mentor and friend to me.
so it's not even competition. I mean, everybody's
No,
always so afraid to talk about somebody else or involve somebody else. I mean, I look at this as networking, right? So
right.
even when I first reached out to you, I was saying, I told everybody, if you get bigger, I get bigger. If I get bigger, you get bigger. And I think that's one of the biggest things I tried to build my company when I started was just there's too much problems, too much just strife, right? And it's a lot of the podcasts too that they're always bitching about somebody or something. The reality is we're here doing, like you said, we're a bass head. What we got here? Juan Rogue, High Five Vega. Will you be testing amps in the future or just subwoofers?
Yeah, I I test quite a few amps, but I try to keep it to a minimum because it's not my main thing. So I
Right.
let the guys like Derek and Budget Jim, Budget Bus, a few guys that do like Jones Subwoofer Solutions. He does some. So there's quite a few guys that do a lot of amp dynos. So I keep mine to a minimum.
So I know you, and I've seen it. You have a bunch of different type of content, but what is the true content you enjoy doing? I mean, if you could do it all time and not worry about metrics or anything else, what would be your channel nonstop?
I like experimental stuff. So I like to try things that people say every day. Like this is a rule of thumb. Well, why is it a rule of thumb? Let me test it. You say that a 3 dB you can gain by doubling your power. Let me test that. Let me see if that's actually true or if it's not true. So I'm more into the actual nuts and bolts science of it rather than the kind of. Although let's be honest, like I like playing with subwoofers. So
Right. I mean, you get to play with the stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're
yeah.
making a few bucks. So do you have any builds you've done yourself? I mean, how far have you taken your installation knowledge all these years?
So since the 2000s, I haven't done nothing huge. I've done my first 150 with 2001 with a Kicker L7X when it came out.
Oh,
So like
really?
ones.
150. Okay.
Yeah. So but that you got to remember that was an audio control mic. If nowadays
Right.
that's like 8
Right.
dBs different, you know. So
Yeah.
so
I mean,
people don't get
this is
that.
when I started, I literally was pushing a broom in a shop, right? And this is in the let's see, I was 15. And back then was Jail Audio just came out, so nobody even knew who it was, right?
Yeah.
Soundstream had the real Class A amps. Precision Power was the original Precision Power that you could actually pipe in fluid through it for cooling. And Iasca back then, I mean, that was it, right? So I came from a shop there. But you're talking about those mics are nothing like it is today.
Yeah.
150 back then, I don't even want to guess, but definitely way more than that, probably in the 54s or something, with the mics we're using now. But what are you working on next? What can the viewers see coming up in the next couple weeks? I know you only how well, let me start here. How often do you produce a video?
So typically once a week, but I've been on vacation and on training, so it's been a month since I put something out. But I've got a Kicker Solo X, and I will make it do a 150 in my Trooper before it's said and
One.
done. Just a matter of getting it done. One.
Okay. And then can you tell us what amp you're gonna match with that?
So I'm actually, Mr. Robbie's here. I'm using a
Okay.
Sound Cubed U3000 right now. I don't know if that's going to get me quite enough power to get the 150. So I
Right.
may have to jump up
I think
to
that's
the
good for
five.
the 5,000. Yeah.
I have a
Right.
5000 here. That's actually an NVX. I might have to jump up to that, but we'll see. I'm going to redesign the box first and do something
So
different.
I 100% believe. Let me tell you, when we got Kicker, I actually got Kicker the last day of the year last year, and it was an ongoing process. One, because I'm not an installation shop, right?
Right.
And two, to get approved or authorized to be an online dealer, it's not easy. Full customer service. There's like a list of stipulations. But when we got it, when I found out the solos were coming, dude. When they came,
Yeah.
I was blown away because I actually remember the Solo X's 10 years ago, and they were pretty cool, but nothing like this. And then everybody keeps worrying about the 2000 watt RMS. That sub is going to take way more than that with no issue at all. That's really cool. Let me ask you this, man. Is this something you think you're going to do for the next 5, 10 years? Is this something you're just going to keep doing until it rides out? Or, I mean, what's the
Yeah.
plan?
So I'm just keeping it as a hobby, but I'll do it indefinitely until people are tired of seeing me. I'll just
Right.
do it at my own pace, and I'm not looking to make it full time, but it's fun. I get to play with subs. I get to, you know, play with amps,
Yeah.
do some experiments, do a lot
I
of
mean,
wire.
geez, I mean, and people don't realize YouTube. It's not unless you're like Mr. Beast and that. It's not like we're making thousands of dollars, right?
Right.
We spend
Yeah.
way more money, even in mics and video cameras, because we do it because we enjoy it, right?
Absolutely.
So it's not about that, but it is about playing with it. Do you get a little sense of joy though when the video's done and edited and you watch it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
100%.
Especially when you go back and you're like, you know what, I actually did a good job on this.
Right.
There's some cringe moments. You're like, oh, I wish I would have done better. Or a video you didn't spend much time on ends up being a hit, and you're like,
Right.
oh, I should have spent more time on it.
Right.
But
If I
if
would
I
have spent
did,
a
it
little
wouldn't have
bit
hit.
more, it could have been a
Yeah.
knockout, 100%. So this is what we're gonna do. We're giving away some of the Sky High stuff. You're gonna give away a blue and black amp kit. Ben, you want to pull that back up real quick? I can tell you about this wire. We sell wire, kicker, Rockford, full tilt, def bounce, audio pipe. I mean, so much wire. I can tell you this. Not one complaint have we gotten on the customer service side, and my team is actually 5 to 6 girls at a time. That's how much comments and messages and chats and texts. So we hear all the good and bad. And I can tell you this wire is really cool. So we're going to give it away. I always love doing it. It's giveaway time. All right. My team has already picked the winner. We've had some issues. People said their comment did show. People don't fully understand that in StreamYard, it all comes together in one. We get to see it all. We'll go ahead and pop it up on the screen. And if you wouldn't mind, man, just announcing, you're already too late, Robin. We're about to
Robin
pick.
Williams.
No, I don't think he's the winner. He's just popping up on the market on the. Oh, is he the winner? Can I get a
He's the winner.
amen on that, or is? Yes. Okay. I see everybody bouncing their head in the background. All right. So you can go ahead and announce it and tell them.
Mr. Robin Williams, I loved you and Mr. Doubtfire, Mrs. Doubtfire. You're the winner. I can vouch for the Sky High wire though, for sure.
Robin, all you got to do is hit up 737 Big Jeff. That's 737-244-5333. You can text us, WhatsApp us, call us, whatever you want to do. And my team will send that out to you with some extra swag. I know, and everybody knows you got a podcast you're doing tonight, right?
Yeah, 7:30.
Okay, so he's going to stick it out with us as long as he can, but he might have to jump off, but I'm sure we'll see you back before the very end. And if you want to jump from ours to his, how can they find you, bud?
YouTube.com/Five Vega.
Simple. So show your love, show your support. Thank you for being on. We're going to do a quick video break and we'll be coming back. I don't know to call him Mr. Sky High, Mr. Trinity, man, trifecta. John will be right on. All right. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Thank you.
I got 1,000 questions. We're not going to cover them all, John, tonight, but I definitely want to have you back on by yourself because just so many things you're involved in, where you came from. We're not going to get it all in the half hour, but everybody go ahead and comment Sky High, 2 separate words, and we'll pick out the tweeter winner. I'm going to start right off. One, I don't remember if I reached out to you, reached out. I really don't remember. This was some years back. I think we had a couple people we were both not real happy with at the time. So I think that's where we first started talking.
Yep.
But I can tell you one thing, John, right away, there was no crap talk. There was no talking down. There was no nothing. At the time, I was little Jeff, coming up. And
Little Jeff.
coming up, and we kind of hit right away. And then when the opportunities came on, obviously I'm all about making money with the product lines. And then even John's been helping us out with our Black Diamond brand, and we've been getting orders every day, which is awesome. But originally you were just Sky High, correct?
Yeah. So yeah, we started Sky High 13 years ago or so, and in the last maybe 36 months or so, we've been jumping outside of that Sky High only and trying to create like this family of brands. Like we offer you everything that we carry, everything that I'm part of. And so we're trying to make this larger like distribution conglomerate or whatever you want to call it.
Well, when you started as a e-commerce distributor, whatever, what brands were you selling then? And then how long from then till you said, you know what, we're going to make our own brand?
Actually, we started doing e-commerce probably 12 years ago or so. I had a retail shop before that was Sky High, and we transitioned slowly into carrying the products that we do now. But we started off with just like Sky High, XS, DC. I think that was the first three, and then we sold Crescendo for a little bit. But recently, like the big change for us happened during COVID. Obviously, we saw a big boom in sales, but the issue for me is I couldn't rely on everyone to keep product in stock as well as I hope they would. So I feel like if I can't rely, and this isn't the case for everybody that we carry, but I want to be able to rely on myself. And if somebody wants to make a mistake or if somebody's going to be wrong, I want it to be me. I can accept it.
Right.
So if we're growing faster than we can justify, then we're out of stock on products. Some things like SoundCube and Trinity, like we've had products in and out.
Well,
but
I think it's because you probably didn't think it was going to hit off like it did, right?
No,
okay.
It's crazy.
Bring back a line, start a line, whatever. We'll get it out there, get it in the right hands. And even for me, when we first jumped on, it was like, bam, this stuff's flying, dude. When you got more coming, right? So
yeah.
I think that was it. And obviously, in any line, you're going to have particular models that are going to sell better than others. John Rogue says, John, do you have an input with speaker design and subwoofer designs? Do you have okay, go ahead, man. You understood.
I deal directly with all of our manufacturers. That's actually my job. I don't deal with customers other than Jeff here. I deal with like 5 customers. So if you get to deal with me, then congrats. I don't know. You spend enough money with us to make it worth it. But
right.
That's what I do. I deal with factories. I deal with import. I deal with all of our U.S. manufacturing. And the stuff that you see is mainly through me, or I work with the build houses or people that are smarter than me, because I'm not an expert at everything. I can't be. But I think that the product's spoken for itself, and we've done a good job. And I have the final say no matter what with what comes out, what doesn't come out.
Too, man. I ain't gonna lie. We've had a couple issues, and it's expected. And I can say one thing: John's just right on. It is what it is. Let's move on. I want to step back a little bit. How did actually Sky High come about? The name, when you started selling, there's got to be a story. I know how mine started. There's got to be a story.
So I've been friends with my friend Jeff, is his name, and he runs our fab shop. Like, they're back there working on cars right now. And we always built stereos and we built boxes and we did all this stuff. We've always been into bass, and this is from when we were like pre-driving. So we were always trying to like
doing building. You're still installations, and I'm guessing what, just big.
No, not car audio installations, but we build cars for SEMA, and like I build my own cars. Like
builds.
Yeah,
and that's going on with everything else.
Yep. So that's a whole nother business.
Right. Yeah, that's got to be crazy, man. Okay.
That's where the real passion. That's how Sky High really came about. Is I needed to figure out how to fund my car habit. It's a habit. It's bad. So that's how I needed to figure out how to make money. What am I good at? I can talk to people. I can do car stereo stuff. So I started doing car stereo installation on the side. And I was working for DC Audio, actually, which is local. Their shop is like 2 miles away from me. And I was working for Rusty, and I was selling car stereo stuff on eBay out of my garage. And I was talking to Rusty, and The whole thing just evolved kind of into selling car stereo stuff online. And then I was like, shit, if I can sell this much, I should probably just try to do it myself. And so he helped me out with like the first, like getting into doing the manufacturing side of it. And it's been mudslide ever since. Snowball effect, whatever you want to call it.
New building, because obviously you've outgrown. How many times have you had to move so far?
This is our 7th building.
Okay. And is this one big enough to last for a little bit, or no? Already packing it up.
We're actually building our forever home, I say, which I don't know if it will be. We're building our own complex down the street that has units for SoundCube, units for Trinity, Build Shop, and then a big unit for Sky High. So that's a real estate development company that I'm part of too.
We got Edward Guerrero. Do you plan not making a repair kit for the coils SH Pro LE tweeter? I'm guessing
Yes.
that's about voice coils.
Yes, they're on the way.
They're on the way. Okay.
Yep.
Man, how many people do you have working for you? And then I'm guessing you said you're partnered up with a few people. But I mean, how big is the family?
Between all the brands and all the companies, there's about 35 employees.
Wow. And you're working nonstop, basically.
Yeah.
And then you're also been going to shows. You
Yep.
got the truck and you got a couple other vehicles. So it's just a nonstop thing. I see you got some toys though, right?
Yep.
I mean, fly the side by side, right?
Yeah. We just put wings on the outside and send it. Yeah. If you ever make it out here, we'll go for a ride.
100%. What other toys you got when you get time?
Well, the side by sides are semi work because we go to transport shows, all the audio, all the stuff for DS18. I mean, we sell a lot of stuff for side by sides. Out here, it's life and death. Out there, it's mud stuff. Out here, it's side by sides, like bad.
Right.
So that kind of more feels like I can maybe make money at this, and then I'm like, oh, we're gonna make money at this. So now I'm building side by sides, and we're going to shows, and we're doing all this stuff. We have a boat too, same kind of concept. Camper, we go out camping with the family and hang out with all the people and drink beer, campfires.
How big do you want to get this thing? I mean, is there a point where you just want to kind of mellow out, I'm a glutton for punishment. Every time with all the growth I've had, I said, you know what? Just let it level out, right? Just enjoy it. And then all of a sudden it's something else. And then you just don't stop. I know I don't.
It's too big already, honestly.
Right.
It's bigger than so my dad owned business too, and he always told me once you have managers and managers, you got to scale fast. So now we have managers and managers, and it's time to push on the gas.
Right.
So
all the way. And
in my opinion, if you're going to be, just use round numbers, if you're going to be 10 million, you might be able to do that without managers and managers, but you can scale managers and managers to indefinite. It can be 100 million. It's the same amount of problems. The managers deals with more people.
Gotcha. Do you get some time with the real family at home?
Yeah. I go home every day for dinner. Yesterday, I put my daughter down for a nap in the middle of the day. I showed up at home because I had forgotten something. So I went home, put her down. I stayed with her for an hour or so. I mean, we make all the practices and we make all the, I have really, really great employees here. So if it wasn't for that, I know I've talked to you and you seem like you're 24/7. Yeah. And I think probably 3 years ago, that's when I really changed the way that I perceived work. And I brought on more people that could be helpful so that I could, because I used to work like quite literally, I was home for 4 hours a day. Like, I'm not even kidding. Yeah. But that's what it takes to scale the company. That's what it takes to build a company from scratch and do, what we've done and what you've done too. You gotta be a slave to this thing. And once I felt comfortable enough to let it kind of ride, I've been home a lot. Like I take my, like we went, the family and stuff, we're going for 4th of July. I'm going to be gone for 9 days. I'm not coming here for 9 days. I'm going to be working. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm going to be available.
Right. The phone, the tablet. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's nice to get away. Hey, pop that message back up. I missed it.
I saw it.
SoundCube co-owned by Sky High, or is it fully owned by Sky High?
No. So none of them are owned by Sky High at all. So Sky High is its own entity. I own 100% of that. SoundCube I own 25% of. So me, my GM from Sky High, Johnny, Chris from Limitless, and Chris's brother-in-law, Bill. So
that's kind of cool. You know, you said your GM. I mean, you got to have people you trust, especially when you're setting up business. You know, I'm glad I didn't take anybody in the beginning, and I almost did because what
same.
it do, right? And then you would regret it. And at this point, I don't even know how to take somebody in. The amount of money that
No,
have
you
to
can't.
come with what I would even give them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's over.
Right. So you got. That's why I said you just got to ride it out. You got to keep going.
They got to buy the whole thing. Like I'm about money too, but I'm like Sky High's my baby, but like I would sell it. Don't get me wrong. Like if I can generationally take care of my family, bye.
Would you? Let me ask you this. I ask myself all the time. My guys actually brought it up. You know, like, would you ever sell? We were talking about it. If you sold, would you walk away or would you restart something?
Well, I have 7 companies in total, so I'd have to have 6 still.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in your blood, right? You do it so long, even with the stress and the crap. This is part of you. You can't do it like this without it being personal.
Yeah, I always said if we ever sold Sky High, the only thing that I want to do, like I really actually want to do it, is there's a 365-day cruise that hits like 60 countries, and I want to take my family on that. If I were to sell, that's probably what I would do.
But then you'd come back and jump right. Okay.
Oh, I'd be working from the boat.
100%.
Like, there's no way.
Let me tell you something. I remember now. We actually met because when I came on, DS18 was my first brand of anything. And at the time, they were separating who's allowed to sell on eBay.
Yep.
It was you, me, Rubadoo, and DB's Car Audio or something. And I think I went off that night with Rubadoo because he was always bitching about something. Can't do this, can't do that. And I just went off. We were all on a conference call. And I think that's where we first met. And then it just kind of keep in touch here and there, message here and there. And then I was happy when we started actually do some business and we can grow it together. If you haven't already commented Sky High, do it now. Let's give these tweeters away. So you got, and I like, you know, the script with the Sky High. They're just cool looking. I think it's a great product. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and it's giveaway time. All right, my team has already picked somebody out of the mix, and let's put them up. Wow, Lisa Fox. Okay, so we have a female in here. That is awesome for the sport. You have won your set of Sky High tweeters. All you need to do is contact 737 Big Jeff. My team will take care of you. John, I want to keep you around. We're going to do a little video break. Then I want to bring both of you back on, and then we can keep talking. We got some time. We're actually ahead of it. But, man, I think this is actually the first time we've actually face-to-face, really.
Yep.
Okay. We're always WhatsApp, text, or calling or what. This is real cool, man. I'm so happy we met. Like I told before, you grow, I grow, you 100%. Grow. It's going to work that way. P Shizzle, I love the channel, man. He's a great supporter for me too. Low key, learn more business from the podcast than I did in college. That's huge, man. And this is what it's about. Really talking about some real stuff, getting the background on things for the most part. All right, let's take a little quick video break and we'll bring everybody back on. You're on episode 6, Big Sound by Big Jeff podcast with John from Sky High, SoundCube, Trinity, and Limitless. And you got Mr. Five Vega, Mr. YouTube himself. We'll see you back here in a minute. Hey, it's Big Jeff coming to you with something new that we're doing on our YouTube. We're calling it the New Arrival Weekly Video, where we're going to take a few items, different brands, and bring them to your attention, get one-on-one. So we're going to give some efforts. First thing I'm going to talk about is the APMP H505TWR, which is a very heavy, work out with this thing, tower. This is the APTV-1100.6. So you can already see this thing is super small. Here, this is the APSR 811GS. This is a 6-channel. Oh, I'll take that back. 8-channel. That's actually pretty big, guys, right? These are right now on our website. This is a TPT 3002 ohm, for $200 for a 3,000 watt amp RMS. Hey, here we are with the new money booth. We tried to have it at, what was that show?
Made of steel.
Yeah, made of steel, but we had alternator, generator issues, but we got to work it as you can see. So at the next show, I know we're going to base wars, some other, you're going to be able to come in here, pick up some money. So you make sure you check us out at the next show. You should be able to open this up. Once you give us a Google review, follow and like us, grab me some money. I'm Big Jeff. I'm out. Let me explain that. It is so hard in my world, the amount of brands I have, okay, to give the attention to each one, right? And the videos, obviously, it takes time, man. And everybody thinks it's quick. It's not. You got to do it. You got to edit it. You got to plan it out. There's time in it. So I came up with the idea to start doing a weekly where I just quick go through, and it's a 15-minute video, 10 to 15, but I pick multiple items, and then each week I can get multiple items done. And yeah, it's not a real unboxing, but they can at least see it, know about it, and, get some info on it. So we just started that. I'm going to do that each week. I was actually getting a couple of the brands, I'm not going to say names, kind of like, oh, you're not giving us attention, or you're not. I'm like, man, we're doing the best we can. I mean, we got almost 40 brands that we stock and carry. And I can tell you right now, we stock over 90% of the product, and I'm just against drop shipping. And I think, John, that's from COVID days, because if you didn't have inventory, you were done. And while everybody was dying, I had already so much product, and I was ordering almost twice a week, and we were staying with it. And I think that's what took me to $1 million a month company, because we had the inventory. So I've filled that business model that, yeah, there's some stuff not worth the carry. You don't sell as much, or it's really heavy or expensive. We drop ship, but that warehouse, ours, is pegged already. We just moved into that one. I bought that one, and man, we stocked 90% of it. So that's what that is. Big Jeff, about to have another big Sundown order headed his way. Mr. Sundown Unofficial. That is awesome. We got those SDNs coming, which is really cool. Okay, so we're all back. I kind of do like a question 101 segment. First question is going to go to you, John. You can explain it the best you can. I'm putting you on the spot. Everybody, these were not told to them. They had no clue. Some of them are hard, some are easy, but we're testing them out. What is the difference between CCA and OFC wire? I saw your face like, damn, what is he about to ask me?
Yeah, it's like, I want to be a millionaire.
Yeah, right.
CCA, copper clad aluminum. So you got aluminum core, copper on the outside, OFC's full copper wire. I'll hit the bonus question. A lot of people don't know that there's no actual standard for CCA wire, and a lot of companies run 95 aluminum, 5% copper. And fun fact, nobody really knows this because we don't advertise it, but Sky High's CCA is 70-30.
Wow. Okay. And he's right. I can back that up. There's companies, there is a difference in wire. It's not about just the strand count and the size. There's plenty of brands out there that have more aluminum than copper. And there are a few that go almost like 60-40, and it's almost expensive at that point. Just buy the copper.
Yep.
On real quick, why buy copper wire, even at the price it's at right now, over CCA?
I've been the advocate actually for CCA for probably 10 years because I think I like pissing people off. I don't know. Because people act like CCA wire, it's going to spontaneously combust your car. And I have a 12-year-old truck out there that we built that was like one of the first 160 musical 20-hertz vehicles. And it still has our original batch of CCA wire in it. So if you terminate the ends well, closed-in copper ring terminal, heat shrink, or even better, like a silicone line heat shrink, the CCA should last pretty much indefinitely if it has a good coating. But if you're like, we have a distribution business in Hawaii too, where we do distribution. So we only send OFC and CCA there because the customer that's installing it may not be privy to that information. And if you do put CCA there on the islands, it's going to be
now. Let me back him up before we start getting the haters out there. Yeah, if you're going to be running, 600 amps of power, yes, aluminum will heat up faster. But we're talking about everyday, even bigger builds. You can get away with good good CCA. And we're
And
talking
well
about,
installed.
yeah, 100%, right? Not taking the ground and wrapping around a bolt or something.
Right.
But if you have the money, you can never go wrong. This is the way I always explained in the retail world, because I did own a stereo shop back in the mid 2000s, Pop My Trunk Customs. You take a Slurpee and you put a coffee straw in there. You can get some of it up, but you're gonna have one hell of a headache. Then I take a Slurpee straw and I put it in there and it goes right up. And that's how you explain the difference between 8 gauge, 4 gauge, and 0 gauge. Almost the same way, because it's about resistance. But if you're going to buy that really no name cheap CCA out there, because you see a kit for $15, trust me, there's not much in there except for aluminum. And I bet you the actual steering counts are ridiculously small. John Rogue says, will CCA be okay for short runs in a big three? I'm going to say, yeah. John, you want to go with that? I think it's such a...
Yes, if it's terminated correctly. Like if you have a fuse holder under there that's not waterproof, and you just have like a regular set screw where there's just a set screw that goes onto it, it's not like a terminated lug style fuse holder, you're going to get corrosion in there no matter what in time. CCA can be used even in long runs. Like we have 22-foot runs. Our CCA, the most I've ever clamped from it in a build, 660 amps on a 22-foot run of our CCA 2-aught. And this is years and years ago. But if you have it the termination correct, like closed in, lug and heat shrink, or like I said, even better, silicone heat shrink, it's going to be good for long, short runs under the hood, under the car, in the car. It'll work. You just got to do it right.
I don't think it's that much more just to go with, even the Sky
No,
High.
for a big three, no.
Yeah, I would just go with the copper and just call it a day for sure. All right, Mr. Vega, hi-fi. You ready? I'm going to give you a bad one, man. All right. Now, what tools would someone need to start their car build? If you would recommend somebody that was going to do it themselves, what would be the main things you tell them to go out and buy? Which you could find on, now I see Sky High's got everything from strippers, crimpers, I mean the whole works, which is awesome. What would you recommend somebody on a brand new build? What should they start with first?
Yeah, you need a good pair of cable cutters. One, that's going to save you a lot of time. Definitely need a good pair of wire strippers, a good pair of crimpers, hydraulic, or if you want to do the big leverage ones, or even a hammer crimper. But don't use the super cheap like lug crimpers; those really suck. And I would probably go with a DD1 just to help you with the gains. Simple, easy.
I'll tell you what, man. SMD, you sell it too, John. I mean, I know you probably buy as much as I do. We get pallets of that crap. I say crap, it's not. Steve has a market, right, of things that nobody else has. And I'll tell you what, you got to have that stuff in your toolbox. Having a DD1, just having them alone and retuning your vehicle, checking for distortion. There's so many applications. And even you, Mr. Vega, you use it for even like a dyno testing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Every time I said it, it's easy. It's almost like Snap-on tools. You used to go to a mechanic and you see he had Snap-on tools. You're like, okay, he's serious. I think nowadays when you go to get an install and you see people pulling out the SMD tools, you're like, okay, he's more serious. Even though you can do it with an O-scope, you can do it. I would personally say that the DD1's more accurate than an O-scope, but for my eye, unless you're using a really high-end O-scope.
Tri-state Jeeps. Do I need to put a fuse between the 250 amp alternator and the battery with a big 3? I don't think you need one from there to the battery. Okay. Here's two things, and I'm going to answer it. You guys can jump in. Every time you have a new connection, it's a new resistance point. Every time you crimp on a ring terminal, put a fuse in line, you have a resistance point. But yeah, I don't want to melt down a car or have it arc. But to me, under the hood, my concern is from the battery going back. I don't really feel you're going to have too much of an issue from the alternator to the battery, which is just a couple feet away. Do you guys disagree or agree on this one?
You can't ever have too many fuses. The resistance thing, I get you. But if there were an issue, you're going to want that fuse there. Yeah. And I'm not an advocate for fuses. I don't run them in my SPL cars at all. Like, trust me, I don't do it. Right. But for customers, I always say yeah. Because I don't want to be the one that was like, don't worry about it. And then it's like, dumbass customers, sorry, all my good customers. The one guy that I tell no, he's going to be the idiot that like runs it through the belt and the belt's all chafing on it, and then some dumb stuff.
Understand this, everybody. The alternator's making amperage, but it's not like a battery that's storing it. Okay.
Right.
Why it's so important to go from the battery back is because if that was to ground out, it's going to ground out till the battery dies. And if you have a strong battery and or lithium, it's not just going to die out. It's not a capacitor. It will start to weld and melt something. And I'm going to tell you at that point, wherever it happens, that could be a fire and more. But to answer your question, you can't go wrong with adding more fuses. Is it the end of the world if you don't do it from the alternator? I don't think so. As long as it's real close and you have everything tied up real good. Does Sky High Audio plan on selling stereos? I guess they're talking about like head units.
Yeah, we had Pioneer through COVID, but then they cut off all the small people, essentially, is what happened to us.
One in your brand, actual Sky High brand. No. Okay. We're talking about the tools. I definitely want to get those in from you, John. Check it out on bigjeffaudio.com. If not, you can always go to Sky High Audio. I'm not going to be mad. Would love you to come see us, but it is a team. I'm sure there's some customers on his side that have found me through them. I see John always repost my stuff like I repost his stuff. We really do work together. What I'd like to do, we're running out of time, and I know you got to go. We're going to do a giveaway real quick. Everybody, every week on Sunday at 6 p.m., we launched the giveaway. We've been stepping them up. We've been giving away full systems. We've been giving away money. I mean, it's just been nonstop. I put my foot in my mouth and said every 1,000 subscribers, new one. We've been getting 1,000 subscribers every week. And I'm talking real subscribers. We've been putting the metrics up. It's been ridiculous. Thank God, because it's built up this channel for us. But we, in recognition to you, giving away a set of 4 8s. We figured it could work with a truck, work with a car. It didn't matter. And then 3,000 watts, which I thought was kind of just a perfect match for a starter system here. So we are giving this away. It is the 15K giveaway, and we are about to announce the winner right now. They're going to win all that product plus the full swag kit. Okay. This is where the time comes. Everybody waits Thursday night. And then this Sunday at 6 p.m., I'm not going to tell you what it is, but we have another way because we already passed 16. And by that time, we're probably going to pass 17. So it's never going to stop. All right. My team, can we start to find out who our winner is? Lid 101. I know I totally chopped that up, but it's all good. Damian Antonio, Lawrence, Michigan. I would love to win this because I could use these on my truck. My 212s are starting to go out. Congratulations. You are a winner for the 15K giveaway. Hit us up at 737 Big Jeff. We will get you taken care of right away. Everybody has a chance every week. Some people, I want to say, if you don't comment your name, location, and why, and you don't text the number 737 Big Jeff with either 15K, 16K, you're not going to win. We actually had a few people that picked, and when we went through, they didn't do what they needed to do, unfortunately. There are rules to this to make it a little bit harder. We have thousands of people entering, and you've got to follow the rules. We also had a gentleman that actually left a message on our last podcast about do we have that message? Can my guys jump? Urban Cowboy. I hope I win tonight. Just 2 kids broke into my car. June 5th, took everything out I had. Good luck, everyone. The problem is, Mr. Urban Cowboy, we actually tried to look for your comment. You didn't even get on the 15K giveaway. So unfortunately, we couldn't even try to help or get you up in the mix. Make sure everybody you do this and you have a chance to win. This has been awesome. I know you got to run, Mr. Vega. I appreciate you coming on. I love your show. I know a lot of people do. Try not to make everybody wait a month to get a video.
Yeah.
And I know they people subscribe, they hit the bell, they're waiting for that. I know when we have videos ready, or even tonight, people are on there, man. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
You're somebody that people look up to. You're somebody, John, same thing. I mean, my story was to everybody from day one, and I think that's what caught on. Anybody could have done what I did. I didn't have investors. I didn't have mommy and daddy. I didn't have anything. I had $150. I was working a full-time job, and I was tired of begging for a raise. And I started selling stuff nights and weekends. I didn't even have a $500 credit card, man. And it was just flipping that money and working hard. Yeah, maybe I knew a little bit about car audio. I had a little bit in there, but the reality is people look up, and they should, to people like us that are shown to do it. And the message is not that we're big and bad, not that we're above here. The message, anybody could do it. And you know what? If you're one of those people, I'd love to have you on the show. I'm sure John would love to work with you. Mr. Vega would probably give you a shout out or help you on a review. Because that's really what it's about at the end of the day. We're making money, or we're doing this for fun, and we should be taking care of everybody in here and not being stingy about it. Listen, I appreciate you being on. Hi-Fi, I know you got to run. John, thank you so much, man. It's been
Yeah, thanks for having me too. Appreciate it.
I know, like I told you the other day, we get some help learning the line just because we have so many lines. We're going to do more and more with you for sure. Big Jeff Audio is proud and happy to have all your product available on our website. And real quick, you could jump off whenever. John, you want to give us a little shout out on this new 4-inch subwoofer? It's something I found out about literally yesterday. I put in a big order, and John's like, "Hey, you want to try these out?" I'm like, "Try what out?" He's like, "We got 4-inch coils," and I'm like, "Oh shit! Thanks for telling me." We got a couple minutes. You want to give us, and then whenever you got to jump off, man.
I'm gonna jump
I'm
off.
gonna make it quick too, because I got 2% on this iPad, and I walked around and I can't find a charger. So
Go ahead.
That's you saw me walking around. I was like, huh.
Y'all good. Give us a quick
ahead,
the 4-inch.
Okay, so the Trinity 4-inch, it's called the H series. Just came out a couple weeks ago. We've been running it we've been going back and forth for a long time, designing it, making sure it's steady, and we're not just going to come out with a product that sucks. And so you got a 4-inch coil, obviously, same kind of basket as our M series has. So tall, 10-inch spider, mega roll surround. We got carbon fiber cap, tooled magnet boot. Just all the stuff that you would expect from, a value-minded brand like what we're trying to make Trinity into. We're trying to get those customers that, maybe they don't have $1,500 woofer money, but they want a really good value. Like we have a $799 4-inch coil sub, and we've had amazing results so far with them. Same with the M series.
Hopefully in about a week, 10 days. So we'll have them up right away. As soon as I get them, I'll get on live, let everybody know. So keep on the lookout. If you're looking for a sub like that in that $799 range, something big like a 4-inch voice coil. What sizes we got coming in, John?
12, 15, 18. You got all of them on order, dual 1 and dual 2. So you're going to have everything that we have.
So as soon as the truck pulls up, I'll jump on with a live. We'll crack one open, and then we'll get some videos that week or the following week. Make sure you guys check that out. John, thank you so much for coming on, man. I know you're about to die. I will talk to you soon and hopefully get you back on where we get more one time. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, whenever you want, man. Schedule me in. This is a good podcast, and it's really well run too. I will tell you that. I texted my wife right as we started. I was like, "Hey, this thing looks like it's solid." Because I don't want to get on and just bullshit around. I want to talk about business. I want to talk about money. I want to talk about products, and make some actual impact on something, not just talk about what we did last weekend. I don't care.
100%, man. That's what we're trying to bring. We're trying to bring a show. We're trying to give everybody their recognition. And again, you get bigger, I get bigger.
Yep.
I get bigger, you get bigger, man. So that's why I live. Thank you for coming on, John. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, or thanks for inviting me. And I'll come back whenever. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you. All right, so everybody else, we have next week, June 22nd. Really cool. One, we have Audio Pipe coming on. We have Frank, Julio, and John. You got basically the manager operations. You got one of the head salesmen, and Julio J-Rod is the guy who helps design the stuff, go to shows, everything else. We also have a good friend of mine, DJ Mark V. Every Friday, he does a live event on Facebook. We've been working together for weeks, if not months, and he'll be on. If you're into techno, old school techno, this is where it's at. He does this for fun. He's a full professional, but he does this for fun, and you can catch it on Facebook. Make sure you like and you subscribe this. I hope you guys like the show. You can leave comments or email us at any time to make sure hey, if you want to see something, let us know. I love all the thanks. I'm seeing Living Loud with Andy in here. He was just on. Scott Dilbeck joined. Sounds like Scott Dilbeck. We got a bunch of messages. I know we couldn't get them all. Unfortunately, we try to keep this right to an hour, and we try to get as much as we can. But check us out next Thursday, same time, same place. We're bigjeffaudio.com. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all the above. It's / Big Jeff Audio. If you want somebody on here, you want to be on here, email us at podcast@bigjeffaudio.com, and we will get back to you. Listen, congratulations on the 15K giveaway. Make sure you tune in to our YouTube on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the 16K giveaway. I'm Big Jeff, signing off. Thank you so much.
Big Jeff Audio.
He made this.
Je ne sais quoi.
Big Jeff Audio.
Je ne sais quoi.